Hey guys, and welcome back. This is Autofocus, and I'm Steven Streeter, and today we're going to take a look at just how the creators of Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous, broke our hearts by shifting genres halfway through their final season. It's about a group of 6 teens fighting for survival on an island filled with dinosaurs that wreak all kinds of havoc and threaten their lives on the daily. It's a story filled with betrayals and forgiveness, teamwork and friendship, near misses and triumphs, all rolled up with epic dinosaur fights and unexpected dinosaur friends. It also promotes strength building, provides positive role models, and shows that with determination and teamwork, these 6 kids are able to accomplish seemingly impossible tasks. With family values and entertainment all rolled up into one, this show was easily one of our top choices for family movie night. That's right, this was one of our favorite shows, with the emphasis on was, because recently it took a dip. It stepped outside of the family entertainment genre and dipped into a coming-of-age narrative. Now, if you know anything about coming-of-age films, then you know they attract a more adult viewing audience. So when our family sat down to watch the highly anticipated 5th season, we had no warning of this genre shift. There we are, watching as a family with our kids ranging from ages 4 to 11, coming face to face with the beginnings of a lesbian coming-of-age storyline, a topic not favorable within a family viewing experience. So it begs the question, just where are the dinosaurs when you need them? Save us from this obvious obfuscation from the plot. This is a PG show. I know, I get it. Parental guidance is suggested, but it seems a PG-13 or perhaps TV-14 rating would have been a more accurate representation of this content.
I've had crushes on boys before, so I know what that's like. But I think I might feel that way about Sammy.
The problem is that this show had already established the viewer's trust. And as the viewers, we weren't worried about having to have a talk about the birds and the bees after watching this show. This situation had nothing to do with the story, did not move the plot forward, felt completely forced, and was an obvious nod to the political atmosphere of today. Again, I say we love this show, until it betrayed our trust. This all began with the internal dialogue of the character Yaz, or Yasmina, considering the possibility for homosexual feelings toward her close friend Sammy, confusing the limits of friendship and introducing into the mind of the viewer a Pandora's box of questions. Is a friendship the first step to a romantic relationship? Does gender matter? Is friendship enough? Can there be more to a friendship than to simply being friends? What more could there be to a friendship? If I love my friend, can it be more than a friendship kind of love?
Have you ever thought that maybe you wanted to be more than best friends?
And the list goes on and on down a dangerous rabbit hole that eventually leads to life-changing resolutions that no child viewer should even be considering, nor can be held accountable for. Now, this all came about in the middle of the final season, in the middle of the 7th episode, after the essential story hooks had been established. This is important to recognize and something I cannot emphasize enough. By the middle of the season, we know who the antagonist is, we know what the obstacles are, we have ideas of how the story will turn out, and are excited to see how the story culminates to its resolution, and we have strong attachments to characters that we can now identify with. All of this ensuring the intense desire to experience the story to its fruition. Then, in a complete genre shift, you have one of the main characters experiencing a sexual identity crisis in a story that up until now had nothing to do with romantic entanglements, and is pulled straight out of a coming-of-age flick.
I'll pass. I saw this movie as a kid that really messed me up for life.
So I have to ask, what's the plan here? Are parents supposed to watch a few episodes, find comfort in having approved the content let children watch freely? Which seems like the most logical and predictable outcome. After all, parents want to watch their more mature shows too, and can't be expected to watch every single kid's show, viewing every episode constantly on guard all of the time in anticipation that there could be some form of sexual manipulation or indoctrination presented as the show runs its course. Now, considering my own experience, I felt comfortable with the show, even after the first episode, and would have allowed my kids to watch this show on their own unfettered by parental guidance, except for the fact that I loved this show and wanted to watch it with them, and was devastated by the betrayal of the story. But perhaps that's the point. It is expected that it would be impossible for a parent to be ever on guard and watching like a hawk throughout seasons of episodes. So parents are lulled into a false sense of security as the show pretends to be wholesome and safe in its early form, before the mental assault takes place, while parents are none the wiser. Oh, and don't worry, I did not forget about Kenji and Brooklyn's romance. You may have noticed I don't focus on them as much, and that's simply because their romance was handled in a drastically different manner.
Wait, are you guys, like, together?
Yes. Guess what?
Nothing. Maybe we should go.
Can the agenda be any more clear? On the one hand, you have a perfectly innocent and youthful interaction as Ben looks on uncomfortably, and juxtapose that against Sammy's intense and passionate kiss, supported by swelling music and the celebration of their peers. And with Ben, yet again, giving his commentary, but this time with a resounding
Yes.
To be fair, there is one more kiss Kenji and Brooklyn share, but as you can see, it is a bit more tame.
I knew you'd come around.
Don't ruin it.
My only question, where is Ben?
Yes.
Oh, thanks, Ben. Furthermore, on top of the issue of the sexualization of characters, there is one more thing that needs to be addressed. The bad guy. Okay, so the bad guy is a manipulative father, the parent of one of the kids, putting business and profits above the lives of the children, illustrating to the viewers, i.e. the children, that parental guidance cannot be trusted and must be subverted, thereby removing a child's first line of defense and source of instruction. These new family shows, like a Pied Piper, are attractive at first, but in the end prove to be dangerous, setting child and parent against each other, causing a rift that carefully leads to a broken relationship and long-term heartache. And finally, the creators of these type of shows know, or at least should know, that though the characters may be teenagers who might experience these types of issues, it is the viewing audience that defines how mature a show should be, which is the main reason for the established rating system that was created for parents to use as a guide to determine the appropriateness of content for children and teenagers. So in that vein, the family adventure genre and the coming-of-age narrative are polar opposites, have no business existing on the same timeline, and are intended for drastically different viewers. Which, if you think about it, is the sole purpose for the rating system. So as creators stay true to their ratings, audiences can feel secure in their viewing choices. Well, that's all, folks. It's been informative. If this content has been helpful or absurd, let me know what you think in the comments below. All opinions are welcome here. Until next time, this has been another Autofocus Journey. I'm Steven Streeter. Catch you on the flip side. How about that?